Okay, so we're going to use WebAssign for the assignments for the class. So everybody need to buy the Xcode from WebAssign or Cengage as you did before for calculus courses. So you should be familiar with that. Just buy the Cengage Unlimited as before. For one semester, okay, you only need for one semester that covers most of the courses on campus. So if you just buy one Xcode for $120, you can use it for all the courses you take for the whole semester, basically. At least you get a free ebook for the courses you take with one code. And there are also some other online resources inside the package, including the videos for the courses. Like, for example, for applied differential equations, they also have videos for each section. If you open the ebook, okay, they have their own videos in WebAssign that you can watch. And there's some other things you can check yourself, but it's a pretty good deal. So please do it as soon as possible, because I give you homework for each section. We usually cover 1 to 2 sections per week, so you're gonna get a lot of work each week, and each problem will take some time. Okay. And I usually give 1 week or 3 to 4 days, I think, for homework of each section. But I will extend a little bit to start, since you need time to buy the Xcode. But do it real quick. You're gonna get the first homework real quick. And as I said before, the quiz will be on each Friday during the last 10 minutes of the class. All right. And we will do it online also. Okay. So that's about the WebAssign. Everybody knows how to do that. Previously, we got a problem for linking the accounts in WebAssign in Cengage. When you buy the Xcode from Cengage, you already have an account when you get the Xcode. But I also create an account in WebAssign for everybody for this class. So there are 2 accounts that need to be linked. Previously, people need to link them, by themselves. But it seems they have already fixed the issue. So when you buy the Xcode from Cengage, you already got access to the WebAssign automatically. But just double check yourself if you got any issues with those accounts. Just call Cengage Technical Support, and they can link the accounts for you real quick. Okay, and the phone number, the technical support Cengage can be easily found on website. If you just type, Cengage technical support, you can find the phone number easily. So that's about that. Just tell them, what class you're taking, which school you are in, who is the instructor, what section it is. Then they can link the accounts for you real quick. So then when you get the accounts linked, then you access WebAssign from Blackboard. I don't know if anybody knows that or not, but in case you do not, let me just show you where it is. Okay, so I guess I'm going to share the screen. and show you. Okay, so you're going to see now how we access WebSign from Blackboard. Okay, so so this is the course in Blackboard, apply differential equations, and then you click on the tools. You see WebSign, just click on that, then you get in WebSign automatically. That's how you access WebSign. Once you get by the Xcode and get accounts linked with the Cengage. And I usually put some information, on these folders in Blackboard. Information like, the syllabus. We already discussed, I think last time or in the first class. And then there are some helpful links for WebSign in case you have any issues on how to, by the Xcode, how to log in WebSign, as I already showed you. And there's some specific instructions on how to use WebSign, for those typing issues. You don't know how to type formulas, answers. I got students with the issues when they type in the answers, when they did the homework or quizzes. The system just didn't recognize the way they did. So there are some instructions in this video that you can watch how to type exponents, those fractions, those things. Just check those links. It will be helpful. All right. So that's the information folder. Okay. And in the content folder, I usually put the slides of each section in this folder. Sometimes I also put some announcements. All right. So the first thing when you check the class in Blackboard is to look at the announcements, see what the new information I provide. Okay. This is usually the way I communicate or put some important information to students. Sometimes just send emails, but I also put the announcements. Okay, so please check that. So this is about the Blackboard. Any questions so far? I guess these things are pretty well. We used it before. All right. So the next thing is we divide the whole class into two groups, as I said in the email. Group 1, group 2. So today, group 1 come to class in person, and group 2 join the session online. And next time, the people in group 2 will come to class in person, and group 1 will join the session online. So we just do it, in turn, switch back and forth like this. Yeah.
So on Monday, everybody in person, everybody on Monday.
For this Monday? No. Next Monday we have to switch. Half and half. Half come, half virtual.
So it doesn't matter what day. So since you'll be gone on Friday,
I will. Next Monday, group 2 will come to class in person, and group 1 will join virtually. Okay. So any other questions about that? I think the class, the room is not big enough to hold 20 people. We have more than 20 people in this class. So definitely that will not work for us. So we have to split the size so that we're safe. Okay, that's always the most important thing in our life. So I think we can hold like 10 people maximum, okay, but not more than that. So that's why we divide into 2 groups. So that's that. Let's see. So when you leave the class, please sign the roll on paper if you come to class in person. For the people online, I will take the roll, myself. But for the people in person, please sign the roll on paper. And I usually collect the roll at the end of class. And so if you are not sure whether we've finished the class or not, for the people online, then double check with me. But I usually tell you if I take the roll, so that you know when to leave the session online. Any questions about anything so far? Since this is the first week, we do the class in person, and a lot of people, maybe most people have not bought the Xcode. So we're not going to have the quiz in this week, but we'll probably have the first quiz on next Friday. All right. It will cover the things we complete up to next Wednesday, maybe. So that's the quizzes. And we usually have the first test in about 1 month. Okay. So that'll be also online. All right. But, we still keep the format of the class when we do the quiz and the test, half of the people do the test or quiz in person, half the people do it online. Okay. And next time when we do the next test, then the other group will come to class in person, and the the first group or whatever will do it online. So we just do it in turn. Everything, we just switch back and forth. Any other questions? So we know the COVID is very spreading very quick at this point, and so we have to be very careful when we come to the class in person, and wear the masks. Maybe a 95. That's the best. If you don't have a 95 or an K95, just wear 2 masks. Okay. To be secure. All right. So that's everything I want to say before we start the lecture. Any questions?
I bet you said group 1 goes on Monday, group 2 go on Wednesday, and you said who go on Friday?
I have an appointment with doctor on this Friday, so we don't have class on this Friday.
Well, not this one, but like going forward.
Going forward,
on Fridays.
We have to switch back and forth.
Okay.
Because we have 3 classes per week, so obviously, people coming, for example, in person next Friday will not come on the week after next, right? So,
I got you.
So it will change from week to week. Any other questions? Okay, so why don't we just continue with the section we didn't finish. I think we were doing section 1.1 last time, right? Yeah, we didn't finish it. So then let me just open the slides. For people missed the first class or first few classes, you can check the information on the folders I talked about in Blackboard, but also I usually post the videos on YouTube for the sections we did. So you can find those videos from internet. But if you want the link for those videos, just send me email. I will share it with you. And also, as I said, the website also has videos themselves for each section. All right. Just remind you of those things. Okay, so section 1.1, and does anybody remember what we covered the last time? We were up to where? Which part? Okay, I will open the slides and then you guys can tell me where we were. Okay, so we were talking about 1.1 definitions and terminology last time. We didn't finish it. I don't think we finished it. Did we?
This part? Wait, this part? Yeah.
Oh, we finished it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do 1.2 then.
We had stopped on we did a 1 parameter family, but we was on the 2 parameter family.
Okay,
Yeah, that's this one.
yeah, okay. Did we, let me see. Okay, did we do,
We ended on that.
oh, we didn't do this example. Okay, but we did finish this example.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just finish 1.1 today. I'm gonna stop the share for the other page, but share this slides with you guys. Okay, so we talk about, you know, a 1 parameter family solutions. When you try to solve a differential equation, you know, you always have to integrate the equation in one way or the other. And when you do that, you always have an arbitrary constant. When you remember, when you integrate a function, you know, you always end up with a arbitrary constant C for indefinite integrals. And that's why we have some, you know, parameters in the solutions of the equations. And sometimes we have 1 parameter if the equation is first order. Remember, if you only have the derivative of the function and then you need to solve this function, you know, that's first order. But sometimes you also have 2 parameters in the solution family when the equation is second order. That means you have the highest order of derivative 2. Okay, like in this example. And here, the differential equation is y double prime, the second derivative, minus 2y prime. So that's the first derivative, plus y equal to 0. So this is a second order linear differential equation, remember? Okay, it's linear because all the derivatives of y's and the y itself are linear. Okay, the exponent of all of those things are 1. So this is a linear second order differential equation. And if you solve this equation by the method we're going to discuss later, you're gonna get a two parameter family solution y equal to C1 e to the x plus C2x times e to the x. Whereas C1 and C2 are arbitrary constants. Okay. So this time you get the two arbitrary constants because the equation is second order. You have to integrate twice. Basically, that means so each time you integrate it, you bring up one arbitrary constant. Okay. So if you integrate twice, you get two arbitrary constants, C1, C2. And this is an explicit solution because y is reading in terms of x explicitly. Remember? Okay. So we want to check this two parameter family solution is indeed a solution to the differential equation. So again, just like we did before, we just find the derivatives of this function and plug into the equation and see whether the equation holds or not. All right. So, for example, when we do the first derivative of this function, we have two terms. So you just take a derivative of each term separately. And the first term, C1 e to the x, when you take the derivative, that's pretty straight. The derivative of e to the x is just e to the x itself. So you end up with C1 times e to the x, okay? C1 is just constant, as I said before. For the second term, C2 times e to the x times x. Again, you can bring out C2 as a constant, but you still have two terms, x and e to the x, multiplying together. So that will tell us we have to use the product rule. When you have a function with the product of different functions, then you have to use the product rule to find the derivative, okay? The problem itself tells you which rule you use, all right? I think I talked about that before. So the product rule says you have to take the derivative of first term, which is x, times the second term, e to the x, and plus the first term, x, times the derivative of second term, e to the x. Okay, that's product rule. Any questions from anybody? All right, yeah. Yeah, you don't have to rush to copy those things because I'm going to post the slides in Blackboard. Okay. So what's the derivative of x? Is 1. What's the derivative of e to the x? Is e to the x. So we got the C1 e to the x plus C2 times parentheses 1 times e to the x plus x times e to the x. Okay. So 1 times e to the x is just e to the x. So we can write those terms explicitly and distribute the C2 to the second part of this form. So when you do that, you get a C2 times e to the x plus C2 times the x times e to the x. And you still have the first term C1 e to the x. So that's the first derivative of y. And we need to find the second derivative of the function y, because the equation itself has second derivative. Okay. So what you do, you just take the derivative of y one more time. Okay. Take the derivative of derivative. That gives you the second derivative. So we need to take the derivative of 3 terms. Okay. And here, once again, you can split into 2 or 3 parts. So I just split this into 2 parts. So I take the derivative of the second term, C2 e to the x, and then plus the derivative of C1 e to the x plus C2 times x times e to the x, okay? And there's a reason why I do it in this way, not in 3 terms, because if you look at y prime, that's exactly the second part in here. So we already did the derivative of this part when we take the derivative with y itself, right? So we can use the result from y prime. That means we don't have to repeat. So the derivative of c2 e to the x is just c2 e to the x. That's easy. And the derivative of c1 e to the x plus c2 x e to the x, as we already got in first step. So that's c1 e to the x plus c2 e to the x plus c2 x e to the x. So we just put those answers in here and then combine like terms. There are 2 terms of c2 e to the x that give you 2 times c2 e to the x, okay? And we still have c1 e to the x and the c2 x e to the x left. So that's the second derivative y. Now we are ready to plug in everything into the differential equation. So the differential equation on the left side is y double prime minus 2y prime plus y. So just plug those things. So y double prime, as we already got, is c1 plus 2c2 e to the x plus c2x e to the x. And y prime is c1 e to the x plus c2 e to the x plus c2x e to the x. And we have to multiply by 2. And plus y itself is just a c1 e to the x plus c2 x e to the x. Okay, so now we can combine like terms. So first, let's just distribute 2 in the second part of this form. So we got a 2c2 e to the x, 2c1 e to the x, and the 2c2x e to the x, but they're all negative. Okay, subtract. And then you can check each term and then combine those things. As you can see, we got a c1 e to the x, negative 2 c1 e to the x, and plus c1 e to the x. So they cancel completely. And then we have 2c2 e to the x minus 2c2 e to the x. They will cancel also. And the only thing left, I think, is just the c2 e to the x, negative 2 c2 e to the x, and the plus c2 e to c2 x e to the x. Again, they cancel completely. If you check those terms, one by one, they just cancel each other completely. So we do get a 0, and that's what the differential equation is. So we have checked that the 2-parameter family y equal to c1 e to the x plus c2 x e to the x is indeed a solution to the differential equation, right? Okay. Any questions for this problem? Okay. Yeah.
So if all of them don't cancel out to each other, more than likely you got something wrong.
Exactly. In this problem, yes. So that's a good question. Then you have to double check what you did wrong. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So because C1 and C2 are arbitrary constants, you can choose any number as you like. For example, if we choose C1 equal to 0 and C2 equal to 5, then the solution will become 0 times e to the x plus 5 times x e to the x, which is just 5x e to the x. So we just get one solution and we call it a particular solution. Okay, if you choose, some specific numbers for the arbitrary constants, then you get a particular solution. All right. Any questions? Can we go to the next page? Okay. Okay, we have one more page to finish. Okay. So this is just definition. Okay. Sometimes you may have 2 functions to solve in the problem, like x and y, they are both functions of t. So this time we got a one independent variable, which is t in this example, and we got two functions to solve, both x and y. There are functions of t's. And this is called a system of ordinary differential equations. Okay, so a system of ordinary differential equations is two or more equations involving the derivatives of two or more unknown functions of a single independent variable. Okay. So as I said, this example has two functions, x and y. They are both functions of t, which is the independent variable. So this is a system of ordinary differential equations. You got derivatives x and y both with respect to the independent variable t. So x and y are not independent variables in this case. So dx over dt equals the f of t xy, and dy over dt equals g of t xy. Okay, so we got two differential equations in this case, two functions to solve one independent variable. Okay, so that's a system of ordinary differential equations. So that's just the definition. Any questions? So we're done with this section. I will assign the homework real quick and post in website, and you guys should write Xcode real quick and start doing the homework.
I was looking at the homework and I wasn't sure if it was the same as what we just did here. It looked a little bit different.
Are you talking about the exercises, problems in the book with the examples we discussed?
The web assignment.
Oh, you already got the book signed. Okay. Like the examples we did?
They looked a little bit different.
Yeah, they're not the, in web assignment, you usually get problems to input the answers, or multiple choices. They may be not exactly the same, but I'll try to give you homework similar to the examples we did in the class. Any other questions? If no question, then I'm going to stop the share. Stop the